Imagine waking up tomorrow and something you take for granted is suddenly gone. Your health, your home, a loved one, your job. Most people avoid that thought as quickly as possible. The Stoics did the opposite. They practiced negative visualization deliberately, not to be morbid, but to build gratitude and resilience. This ancient practice has a Latin name, Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. It sounds heavy at first, but the intention is actually hopeful. When you briefly face the possibility of loss, you often return to the present with sharper appreciation. Have you ever lost something and only then realized how much it meant? Drop a comment below. We'd like to hear your experience. Negative visualization is the practice of deliberately imagining loss, setback, or difficulty before it happens. It is not dwelling on worst-case scenarios or trying to scare yourself into action. Instead, it is a short and purposeful mental rehearsal that helps prepare you emotionally and practically. The Stoics, especially Seneca and Epictetus, recommended this as a daily discipline. Seneca wrote about imagining poverty, exile, and death. Epictetus told his students to kiss their children goodnight while remembering that they are mortal. That may sound dark to modern ears, but it served a very clear purpose. If you are hearing this for the first time, let me know in the comments whether it sounds pessimistic or practical to you. The Stoics practiced negative visualization because they understood that life is unpredictable and impermanent. Loss is not an exception to life. It is part of it. Pretending otherwise leaves us fragile and unprepared. By imagining loss in advance, you reduce the shock when it arrives and appreciate what you have while you still have it. The Stoics were not trying to manifest bad outcomes or invite suffering. They were building psychological armor. Marcus Aurelius lived through plague, war, betrayal, and the death of children. And his reflections show a mind trained to stay steady under pressure. Modern psychology now calls a similar idea stress inoculation. Small, controlled doses of imagined difficulty can build resistance for real difficulty. If you have thoughts on that connection between ancient philosophy and modern psychology, drop a comment. We'd love to read it. This distinction matters a lot. Anxiety is uncontrolled, repetitive, and emotionally charged. It spirals into catastrophizing and can feel overwhelming. Negative visualization, by contrast, is controlled, brief, and purposeful. You set a time limit, usually just 2 to 3 minutes. Imagine one specific scenario, consider how you would respond, and then return to the present. Anxiety asks, "What if this terrible thing happens?" and then spins. Negative visualization asks, "If this happens, how will I handle it?" and prepares. One drains you, the other strengthens you. The key is structure and intention. If you struggle with anxiety, let me know in the comments. I'll address how to practice this safely in a future video. And if this video helps, hit subscribe so you don't miss it. Imagine the people you love most. Now, briefly consider that they will not be here forever, and neither will you. That is not a morbid thought, it is a reality. When you hold that awareness lightly, you stop taking them for granted. You listen more carefully. You forgive more quickly. You say, "I love you" more often. You stop postponing the conversation, the trip, the apology. Seneca wrote that we act as if we have infinite time with people we love. Then we are shocked when time runs out. Negative visualization corrects that illusion. It makes today matter. Have you ever regretted not saying something to someone while you had the chance? Share your story below if you're comfortable. It might help someone else. Imagine waking up tomorrow and you cannot walk or see or hear. Imagine chronic pain, illness, or injury. Most of us take our bodies for granted until something breaks. The Stoics recommended briefly imagining the loss of physical ability, not to fear it, but to appreciate what you have now. This practice makes you more grateful for simple things: a walk outside, a meal you can taste, a night of sleep without pain. It also prepares you mentally if something does change, because you have already considered that possibility. And it can motivate you to take care of your health while you can. What is one physical ability you're grateful for today? Comment below. Let's build some gratitude together. Imagine losing your home, your job, or your savings. Imagine starting over with nothing. The Stoics practiced this regularly, and some of them, like Seneca, actually experienced it through exile, confiscation of property, and loss of status. By imagining it in advance, they reduced their attachment to external things and strengthened their sense of internal security. That does not mean you should not work hard or build stability. It means you hold it lightly, knowing that it can change. A modern version might be imagining your phone is gone, your car breaks down, or your income drops. How would you adapt? What really matters then? This practice reveals what you can live without and what you truly need. It also makes you more generous, because when you hold things lightly, you share more freely. First, set a time limit, 2 to 5 minutes maximum. This is not rumination. Second, choose one specific scenario, not everything at once. Third, imagine it calmly, not emotionally. Describe it to yourself like a news report, not a horror story. Fourth, ask yourself, if this happened, how would I respond? What would I do first? What strengths would I draw on? Fifth, return to the present and notice what you have right now. Sixth, let gratitude follow naturally. Don't force it, but notice if it arises. If you have a history of anxiety, depression, or trauma, approach this practice carefully. You might skip it, modify it, or work with a therapist first. The goal is resilience, not distress. If you try this practice, let me know how it goes in the comments. And if you want a guided version, tell me. I might create one. Negative visualization is not manifestation of bad outcomes. You are not attracting what you imagine. It is not pessimism. Pessimists believe bad things will happen, while Stoics prepare in case they do. It is not dwelling on worst-case scenarios for hours. It is brief and structured. It is not ignoring the good in your life. It is appreciating it more deeply. It is not a replacement for action. If you can prevent a problem, do it. This practice is for what you cannot control. It is not about living in fear. It is about living with clear eyes. The Stoics were some of the most active, engaged, and joyful people in history. This practice supported that. It did not undermine it. If this clears things up for you, leave a comment and let me know what misconception you had before watching. Negative visualization naturally produces gratitude. When you imagine losing something, then open your eyes and see it is still there. Relief and appreciation follow. This is more powerful than a generic gratitude list because it is grounded in reality. You are not pretending everything is perfect. You are acknowledging that it is temporary and precious. Research in positive psychology shows that contemplating loss can increase appreciation more than simply counting blessings. The Stoics understood this 2,000 years ago. Epictetus said to treat every moment with a loved one as if it might be the last. Not to be sad, but to be fully present. That presence is the gift. Do you practice gratitude? If so, how? Drop your method in the comments. We'd love to learn from you. When you practice negative visualization regularly, you become less fragile. Setbacks do not shatter you because you have already considered them. You have mentally rehearsed your response. This is how athletes prepare, how soldiers train, how emergency responders stay calm. They visualize difficulty before it arrives. The Stoics applied this to all of life. Over months and years, you build what Nassim Taleb calls anti-fragility. You do not just withstand stress, you grow from it. You stop being surprised by change. You stop feeling entitled to permanence. You become someone who can handle whatever comes. That is freedom. Negative visualization can fit into either the morning or the evening, and it becomes even more powerful when combined with the practices from previous videos of morning and evening reflection. Morning meditation prepares you for the day ahead. Evening reflection reviews what happened. Negative visualization can do both. In the morning, briefly imagine one challenge you might face and how you will respond. In the evening, imagine losing one thing you are grateful for. Then appreciate that you still have it. Together, these three practices create a complete Stoic framework: preparation, action, reflection, and gratitude. They reinforce each other. The morning sets intention, the day tests you, the evening teaches you, and negative visualization keeps you grounded in reality. If you are in acute grief, skip this practice. You are already living the loss. If you are in a depressive episode, it might deepen the spiral, so wait until you are more stable. If you have PTSD or trauma, it could be triggering. So please work with a professional first. If you are highly anxious, start with the morning and evening practices and come back to this practice later. The Stoics were wise, but they were not therapists. Adapt the practice to your mental health needs. There is no shame in modifying or skipping it. The goal is wisdom and resilience, not suffering. One person practiced imagining job loss, then actually lost their job. They adapted faster because they had already mentally prepared. Another imagined losing a parent and spent more intentional time with them before they passed, leaving fewer regrets. A third imagined losing their home in a fire, created a go bag and digital backups, and when a wildfire came, they were ready. These are not hypotheticals. This practice has real-world impact. It does not prevent loss, but it changes how you meet it. It will give you a steadier mind when reality changes suddenly. Have you ever prepared for something mentally and found it helped you handle the real thing better? Share your story in the comments. This week, try negative visualization once. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Choose one thing you're grateful for: a person, your health, your home, your work. Imagine that it is gone. Not forever, just briefly. Ask yourself, how would I respond? What would I do? Then open your eyes. Notice it is still here, and let yourself feel that. Write down what you noticed. Do this once. See how it feels. Then decide if you want to continue. If you try this, comment below and let us know what you learned. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe and hit the bell. It keeps us making these videos. The Stoics did not practice negative visualization to be sad. They practiced it to be free. Free from entitlement, free from fragility, free from taking life for granted. That is what we are building here at Stoic for Life. Clarity, resilience, and gratitude grounded in reality. Keep practicing, keep reflecting, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you found this information useful.